Is your child complaining of fatigue? Is he or she anemic, lethargic even, spending more time lounging than being lively? Well, sadly, he or she is not alone. A lot of studies confirm that a large number of our children are indeed unhealthy. With me today to discuss some of the health and nutritional issues affecting our children is food and nutrition consultant Dr. Heather Little-White. Dr. Little-White, welcome.
Hi, everyone, welcome. Thanks,
All right,
everyone.
let me start by asking, do you agree with the findings of the studies that by and large our children are not as healthy as they ought to be?
Our children are, for the most part, becoming more unhealthy because the studies show that they are becoming obese, and just by looking at them, you tend to see a bulge around the waistline, which is an indication that they are not proportionate. And when you look at the hair of some of them, the hair is dull, the skin is dull.
There is the problem of iron deficiency anemia. In our young children, 1 to 4 years, we have about a 37.5% prevalence. Our adolescents between the ages of 15 to 19 years are experiencing conditions such as type 2 diabetes, and we are seeing a 2% prevalence there.
Are more of our children suffering from lifestyle or what is considered to be older people diseases?
Yes, more and more children are getting diabetes. Even hypertension is now more common among younger children. And so it comes from the lifestyle where we have inactivity and the wrong types of food. We're in a junk food generation, it's called, and that's where the cravings are.
Our adolescents in particular, they're consuming high levels of sugar in their diet. We saw a 98% prevalence in terms of soda intake.
Even though they're not good and I know I'm not supposed to go, but it's really tempting, and they always buy goodies that are very attractive and tempting to children, and it just makes me hyperactive sometimes.
You mentioned inactivity, but you spoke a lot about diet and nutrition. Is this like a primary reason for the unhealthiness among our children?
Diet and nutrition and exercise go hand in hand. So even for the normal person who might eat normally, if you don't exercise, then you're going to get some imbalance in how your calories are used up.
As a child, I know I have a lot of energy, so I try to burn off fat by exercising, and I try to make sure that I have all the nutrients in one meal.
Here I have your oranges here, just like how I learned from Auntie Michelle, how to cut them up and you can share them with all your friends.
Young children especially, they are less concerned about their peers and they see their parents. So the habits, the food habits of the parents will definitely influence the habits of the child. And eating habits or eating behaviors are shaped from as early as age 6 years.
If they're encouraging you to eat the liver, which is good for you, would you eat it?
Probably I would take a taste it, because if I see them eating it, it would encourage me into trying it, because if they can eat it, I mean, so can I.
You spoke a lot about policy, about changing how our children eat from a policy level. Are you involved in drafting anything?
Well, I have been asked, but I know that the Ministry of Health is working on one that should be first draft, should be due about now. Food and nutrition policy, we should inform parents what to do. And also the school feeding program, which is so integral to our students, would also have the right foundation. And it has to be a national policy, where other countries have it as a national policy. So even our farmers know what to grow in terms of more wholesome food.
See your favorite here, the lettuce. Tell me about lettuce, Abigail.
I like the lettuce. It's crunchy, and I like when it's crunchy because it tastes much better.
The Ministry of Health has worked with those partners in coming up with nutrient and meal standards for early childhood commission institutions and also school feeding program. What you'll find them having now are manuals with a series of menus as to how our kids can eat healthily, meeting these standards, not exceeding their intake for sodium, sugar, fat, all of those nutrients or foods when consumed in excess can contribute to nutrition-related problems.
And if that policy were put in place, how much cheaper would it be for parents to provide children with the correct nutrition?
It would be cheaper because we think that from the agricultural standpoint there would be an abundance of fruits and vegetables which the children need. And even the whole thing of eating what you grow and growing what you eat in your own backyard, you can certainly develop some of those food items that would help to impact on a proper meal.
I want to be healthy and I want to be fit for the future.